We always like to start our conversations about our guest's personal story. So we love to hear about kind of where did you grow up, how did you grow up, and kind of what led you into a career in journalism.
So my story is I think, fairly typical second generation Asian American story. My parents were born in mainland China, went to Taiwan when the communists came in China. They grew up in Taiwan and then came to the United States for graduate school. And they had us. I have a twin brother. We were born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we moved a bunch growing up all over Pittsburgh, upstate New York, Rochester, New York, Schenectady, New York. Went to high school in Michigan, and then both my brother and I went to Harvard. In terms of the career in journalism, I wasn't one of those people in college who knew exactly what I was going to do, and there were people who did summer internships at newspapers every year, and I wasn't one of those people. I always loved to read and was always a strong writer, and so it was something I sort of just considered doing. And when I was at Harvard, I worked on the Crimson, the school newspaper, for my freshman and sophomore year. But in my sophomore year, I started a magazine at Harvard. It was called Diversity and Distinction. It was the idea in the magazine was that there were a lot of different publications out there that were devoted to different groups on campus, whether it was like a Korean student register or Black student quarterly, or there were different sort of publications, and there wasn't one publication that wrote about minority issues more broadly and sort of addressed the entire Harvard community on these kinds of issues. So started that, kept going, I think. Lasted for more than a decade, I think, at Harvard. I heard a couple years ago that it finally went kaput. But that was kind of the start.